Hello everybody and welcome to Lake Region High School basketball on Laker Vision. I'm Penn Worcester along with John Mayo for this morning's game between the visiting Lake Region Lakers and the host team, the Oxford Hills Vikings. And it's all come down to this. Final game of the 2021 season for the Lake Region Varsity girls and the Lake Region Varsity program. The boys wrapped up their season last night. The girls got an extra game in here with the Vikings. And after this, the season will end. Bittersweet and a very unfortunate year. Fortunate in the way things opened up and the restrictions and all, but by the same token, fortunate. The girls got to play, the boys got to play some games. Very much in doubt way back in November. Would there be any games played? But administrators, officials, state people worked hard. This has been so tremendously important for all the kids to get a chance to compete. Some of them in their senior years, but all of them just to get out and get with their peers, get with their friends, get with their teams. Invaluable experience, and you can't take it away. You just can't. And thank goodness that everybody got together and found a way for this to happen. So we're waiting for the buzzer. I don't know what time it is. I think 11:30 maybe. 11:30 in the morning. Reminds me of the old days at the Civic Center when we'd show up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning to do a Class B Buckfield girls game. There'd be about 7 people in the gym. Among them, Peter James and Paul True. Paul couldn't have been more than 5 or 6 or 7 at the time, but he and his father, Pinky True, would show up there. Pinky and Peter James were officials for the tournament. They were there. They had to be there early. Paul came in, was given a ball, and he'd go out and shoot on the Augusta Civic Center floor at 8 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the games to begin. And speaking of games beginning, we are underway. Pass came on the right. The Vikings have the ball. I got to get it out of my head that Lake Region's a visitor in this one. First shot by the Vikings is good, by Brooklyn Alexander. She was kind of the killer for Lake Region. First time these two teams met, Lake Region was paying a lot of attention to Cassidy Dumont, outstanding player for the Vikings, and Brooklyn Alexander picked up the slack. Ended up scoring 13 points in the first quarter, while Cassidy Dumont was being held to 6 points in the first quarter. Shot on the left side is good. Victoria Sugars has the 2. Presses on. Now Lake Region's going to handle it. L. Hall back to Melissa Mayo, and the kick, and it'll stay with Lake Region. Shelby Linden-Sheldrick also out there. Brianna Sargent getting the start this morning in place of Liz Smith. We mentioned last night, her season is over. She tore a labrum and she was unable to participate in the final 2 games, last night against Cape and here today. She is here supporting her team. You can see her in the back row over there when John pans down that way. 6:52 to go, first quarter. Sheldrick started to move. It was deflected by Alexander, but she got it back, and now a pass to Shauna Hancock. Shauna, it was a bad pass, but she saved it in front court. Shauna scoring the last 3 points in last night's Cape game for the win, including an amazing reverse scoop shot under the hoop. 3-point shot. That is good by Molly Corbett. Oxford Hills, the two-time defending state Class AA North, state champion. Oxford Hills technically is in the northern part of the state of the geographic breakup in the two halves of the state. In the last 2 seasons, they beat Scarborough and South Portland for their state championships, and they are still very strong. They would have been in contention this year too, had there been that opportunity. Ball's going to go to bound. L. Hall seems to be the last one to touch it, right in front of us. We are positioned courtside, and I do mean courtside. We are on the floor, a few feet off the sideline. That's Dumont, number 3, but that's a shot on the left side taken by a different player. And then in the rebounding action, Victoria Sugars had the rebound, but she missed. And the Lakers have it. Mayo. She'll get a 3 from there. She can hit from there, that time a little short. It's early yet. Down at the other end, the defense stops the offense, and on the arrow, Lake Region will get it. So here comes Shauna Hancock, ball in hand. To Mayo. To Melissa and Alexander. No, it wasn't Alexander. It was Ella Kellogg who got the hand on the ball. And Lake Region wants a timeout with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And the score, Oxford Hills 7, and Lake Region has yet to score. Lake Region's starters in this one, I didn't go over them as starters, was Mayo, Sheldrick, Hancock, Sargent, and Hall to begin the game. Oxford Hills JVs beat Lake Region's JVs quite handily, 68-21. All right, away we go. Lake Region's defense almost caused a turnover. Off to Alexander though, and into the corner for the shot. That is no good by Kellogg. Dumont, Corbett, Kellogg, Sugars, and Alexander, the starters for Coach Nick Pelletier. Hancock to the right. She's going to take it all the way, and nope, but she was fouled. Officials in this one. Official right in front of us, nearest to us, is Mark Perry. Spelled P-A-R-E with a thing over the E. And the other official is Chris Gorham. All right, Hancock's second one is good. So finally, Lake Region is on the clock, on the board. Clock is controlled, by the way, by Larry Cousins, who has been doing it since about 1968 here at Oxford Hills. Fouls on Brooklyn Alexander. Teams first. No, it wasn't on Alexander. It was on 15, not 25. It was on Chloe Estes. Sheldrick. And they go down. Sheldrick goes down, as does, was it Dumont that was involved in that? Nope, Corbett. Sargent goes out. Vanessa Stone comes in. Inbounds to Sheldrick. To Hancock. She has been known to shoot from there, but not this time. The ball rolls right by us. Mayo waiting to put it in. She can't yet. Finally gets it into Stone. To Hancock. Shauna behind the back. And loses it. The other end, the shot's no good, but a foul on the Lakers. Shauna Hancock in her final game as a Lake Region Laker. The foul was on Shauna. That is Sierra Carson on the line. She does get the second. Oxford Hills leads 8-1. El Hall on the deflection gives it up to Mayo, and Dumont comes down and knocks it away. So Hancock, about halfway between the backboard and the sideline, will inbound from the baseline. Somebody comes in and bounces off Mayo's foot and right into the hands of Alexander. To the right to Dumont for three. As automatic as it gets. Seeing two of the outstanding players. Sheldrick, no good. Two of the outstanding players in basketball. Maine basketball this year, here tonight, today, this morning. In Shauna Hancock and Cassidy Dumont. And ironically enough, in different divisions of the state, even though it's separated by 15 miles, 20 miles. Turnover. Oxford Hills coughs it up, and the Lake Region takes over. Mayo to the right. Gives it off to Sheldrick. She looks in the corner, and down there it was Hancock, I think. Was that Hancock? No, Sargent's back in. Bree gets the ball, and she's going to travel. A lot of traffic down there, and she never had room to catch her balance. Alexander's going to go out. Corbett's going out. Skylar Truman is in the game now. And I think it's Kellogg who came back in. Pass to the baseline and back out front through the hands of Dumont. That's going to be backcourt if she catches up, and she didn't. So it's going to be out of bounds off Oxford Hills. Errant pass. all the way to the other line. So the Lake Region Lakers get a break. They'll get to inbound under their own hoop. Sargent throws it into the middle and away. Oxford Hills. Up to Truman, and now a foul. Or no, not a foul. The ball was just out of bounds. Last touch by a Laker. In it comes. From the left side. On the right to Dumont. Brings it to Truman on the near side. She tries to force it into the lane, and the Lakers steal it. Vanessa Stone. Is that Stone? It is. And a jump. Possession arrow gives the ball to the Vikings. All right, here comes Dumont with it for Oxford Hills. On top, Dumont. Dumont's open, a little short this time, and it's rebounded by the Lakers. Sheldon gives it up to Mayo. Pass is over, intended for Stone, but it's going to go out of bounds. Corbett comes back in. Dumont goes out for Oxford Hills. All right. Corbett on the right. To Sierra Carson, and now a blocking foul called. Foul was on Victoria Sugars. Well, they're saying it was on Lake Region. Sorry, it was on Lake Region. Brianna Sargent. Corbett, way out front to Carson. And then a three-point attempt. It's no good. Rebounded by Truman on the weak side. Passes out to Carson. Around on the left. And back out to Carson. She's going to go right down the middle and draw a foul. And that one will be on Shelby Lynn. It was not on Shelby Lynn. I'm not sure I like it down here at courtside. That one was on Brianna Sargent too, her second. Lake Region's committed 3 team fouls. Ball bounces around, it won't fall. That's when you think it might not be your day, when that one doesn't go. Into the lane, the drive is good. Ella Kellogg. And the Lake Region foul. That one's on Ava Smith, her first. There's the opportunity for the three-point play, and she converts. This one's going to be on Oxford Hills, Skylar Truman. We'll draw that one. Each team now has committed 4 fouls. Mayo drives all the way, and that's going to be a player control foul on Melissa Mayo. I didn't catch who the Viking was that took the hit, but she was there in plenty of time. Feet were down when the contact occurred. All right, Corbett inbounds. All the way to the other end and a miss, and that is the buzzer that ends the first quarter of play. Not a great win for Lake Region. But there are 3 more to go, so we'll see if the Lakers can shake off the doldrums and break out of this. Right now, at the end of the first period, it is Oxford Hills 14 and Lake Region 1. So we'll see what Coach Paul True can do to shake up his team and get some offense going. Vikings have been playing pretty good defense, but I think the day game after a night game, as baseball players are very familiar with, may be affecting the Lakers a bit. First time they met, it was a very, very competitive game, and in fact, Lake Region was only down by a point at the half, 21-20, after leading the first quarter, 13-7. And that one, Lakers held Dumont to 6 points in the first half, a 3 in each one. Well, to say, Brooklyn Alexander, she broke out for a number of points. Inbounds to Shelder from Mayo as we begin the second quarter. Casey Johnson is in there for the Lakers, as is Ava Smith. Cut down the backside, no pass. Mayo to Hancock. Jump pass into the lane. Ava Smith puts it up. Each game, Ava gets a little more aggressive. Mayo on a kind of a running hook shot that is good, and that's the first field goal for the Lakers in the game. Out front to Corbett. They move around the perimeter. Low, it's loose in the middle. Sheldrick steals. Off to Johnson, back to Mayo, and the Lakers get it into front court to Shauna Hancock. 4-3, a little strong. Left side rebound, Johnson, and she missed from there. Here come the Vikings. The right, that is Dumont. Too long. And the loose ball is controlled by the white shirts. Off to Kellogg, to Dumont. Lakers extend the zone. They don't give Dumont much room to get away threes. She is an outstanding three-point shooter. One of the best in the state. Corbett drives in, throws up one that didn't have much chance of going. And then we got a foul. Corbett was over there trying to just keep Sheldrick from doing anything with the ball, and she made some contact. Her first, team's fifth. Both teams have 5. Laker ball, Hancock. Shauna wearing the Laker uniform for the last time. Next time she puts on the uniform, she'll be a Saint. Flagler College Saints. That's where she's going, not to play basketball, but to play lacrosse. Signed a national letter of intent not long ago at the high school. Top of the key. Shot by Kellogg, by Carson rather, is no good. Rebound by Alexander. Out to Dumont. We hustle over and cover her quickly. Now the shot from the left side is no good. Carly Dyer in there for the Lakers. And take a timeout for Oxford Hills. 5:45 to go. Lake Region down 14-3. Again, Flagler College in St. Augustine, Florida. That's where Shauna will be matriculating next. The last of the Hancocks, for a while anyway. Been a long line for the preeminent basketball family at Lake Region. I feel proud that I have seen them all, and I've called games for most of them. Proud to have seen all the girls play, Abby and Sydney, and Sarah, Cece, Shauna. Proud to say I saw Kevin and Matt play, called their games. Proud to say I knew David Hancock. Proud to say I know Carol Hancock. Great people, all of them, great people. A great legacy for Lake Region basketball. Great contributors and great supporters. All right, Oxford Hill's on the attack. Melanson off to Alexander. That's a three, and that's good. And nope, that was a two. Larry Cousins only put up two on the clock. Elle Hall almost had it stolen. She hustles and gets it back. That has been the vanguard of Elle Hall this year, hustle. Great defense, all-out hustle. Nobody has out-hustled her on any team, Lake Region or otherwise. Corbett, 4-3, got it. Her second three, she had one in the first. And Coach Paul True is going to call another timeout, 4:23 to go, and the Lakers just don't have it so far in this one. Of course, there aren't any postseason activities, but there will be, coaches are going to get together and there will be selections of all-stars, outstanding players, that kind of thing. Should be announced sometime next week. All right, here come the Lakers. Melissa Mayo dribbles and gives off to Hall in the lane, and she tried to get it up and couldn't, but she was fouled. Well, we'll get two. The foul was on Melanson. Celia Melanson, her first. And Elle nails it. Her second one does not drop. Rebounded by Alexander. Off to Dumont. Runs it up the right lane. Pulls up at quarter court. Runs it up to Alexander. On the left side, the ball goes into the corner for a missed attempt by Corbett. But Dumont is there, and she puts up the two. come to the other end. Corbett passes out to Alexander on the right side. And into the corner to Sugars. Nope. Hall has the board. And Mayo wants a three. And Melissa hits her first three of the day. And Lake Region has 7. On the right side, Alexander gives it across to Dumont and into the corner to Corbett for 3. No rebound, knocked around. Who's going to get it? Mayo. Melissa picks up some defense but keeps dribbling. To the right side, she lost it, and a foul. Let's see. That may be enough to send her to the line. Foul was on Alexander. Her first. It's going to send Mayo to the line with the front half of a 1-on-1. No? Nope, it is 1-on-1. I thought it was. And she misses. 2:44 to go in the half. On the right to Sugars. And out front and a miss. And Elle got shaken up as she was trying to chase that ball down. Let's see. Not sure. She looks to be on her left side. Let's see. She's up. She's walking. Elle's no, it might even be her hand. Let's see. Elle is a tough cookie. You would expect nothing less from Jeff and Rebecca, the parents. Could be her ankle. Could be her right ankle. Pass on the right. Going to go out of bounds. Melanson tried to save it, but couldn't. And the official wants to touch the ball before we begin. Chris Gorham, the umpire in this one. Mark Parry is the referee. He's over underneath right now. Travel. Bree Sargent back in for the Lakers. Let's see. Sheldrick. Mayo. Olivia England in the game now for the Lakers. Bree Sargent. Vanessa Stone. Down the right. Corbett gets it. Kicks in the corner. Off to Dumont, and she's got 2 more. Come the other way. England. England had a couple of threes last night. I don't believe she had any today. Let's see. No. Lake Region's JV's lost pretty handily. Stone gives it up to Sheldrick. Drives to the right, puts it up off the glass, won't drop. Lakers just a tick off. Corbett. Near side to Dumont for 3. It's off target and out of bounds. Sargent might have touched it out. All right. Forward slaps the ball. The player's cut. In it comes. Well, running one-hander in the lane by Carson. And it's good, and the Lakers have committed a foul. Let's see, it's on. Foul was on Vanessa Stone. It would be her first. Team sixth. That basket counted. So she completes the three-point play, and the score goes to 26-7 in favor of the Vikings. Sheldrick down the left side, throws her up. No, it's going to be a player control foul on Sheldrick. And it's her first. Seventh team now, so both teams shooting for the rest of the way in this one. In the first half. Pass is low, thrown away. The Lakers fighting for it. No, Dumont goes after it and gets it. Diving in the drive on the left side, up and in for Melanson. No whistles. Mayo, scoop shot down the right side. Nope. What a foul, I think. Yep. Foul on the Vikings. One's on Dumont. Have that as her first. Eighth team. Mayo to shoot. Front half. She makes it. Gets one more. Does not make it. Rebound. Pulled down by Carson. Up at the other end. Into the corner. At the buzzer, Dumont hits the three. So with that three, the Vikings move out to a 31-8 lead at the halftime here at Oxford Hills High School. In command most of the way. The Lake Region has not been able to put anything together so far. So, okay, so we're going to do some ciphering. We'll come back. We'll talk to you about the JV game too. We'll give you some stats there, and get that all done before the third period begins. So for right now, we'll be back. Okay, let's take a look at some halftime stats here. First, I'll give you a quick overview of the JV game. Lake Region lost it 68-21. Quickly, the top scorer for the Vikings was Farah. She had 13 points. Miller had 12. Richardson had 10. Truman had 12 in that game. For the Lake Region side, they got a point from Olivia England, 2 points each from Katie Johnson, Abby Lavoie, Rebecca Karen, Addie Keefe. And then we jump to 4 for Ava Smith. And the top scorer for the Lakers was Carly Dyer. She had a 2, couple of 3s for her 8 points. Lakers only went to the line 4 times and they only made 1 of them. Oxford Hills went to the line 12 times, made 7 of them. So let's take a look at halftime scoring for the varsity teams. For the Vikings, they've had quite a few players score. Victoria Sugars has 2. Ella Kellogg 3. Celia Melanson has 2. Brooklyn Alexander only has 4, where she had that explosion in the first half at Lake Region. While the Lakers held Cassidy Dumont pretty much in check, which they haven't done in this game in the half. Molly Corbett had 6. And let's see, Sierra Carson had 4. Like I said, Kellogg had 3. Top scorer thus far in the game, Cassidy Dumont. She has 2 3s, 2 2s for 10 points. See, the Vikings have been to the line 5 times. They have made 3 of them. They were outstanding from the foul line in that first game. Went to the line 18 times and made 15 of them, including 8 for 8 for Brooklyn Alexander. Over on the Lakers side, 1 point each from Shauna Hancock and Elle Hall. The rest of the scoring coming from Melissa Mayo. Melissa had 6 points. She had a 3, a 2, and 1 for 3 from the foul line to total up the 6. And that's where we stand as we get ready for the third quarter. This game's kind of a, if I might wax reminiscent here for a minute, this game, kind of a full circle for me. My first radio job when I got out of college, my first full-time job was right here with what was then WNWI FM on Pleasant Street here in Norway. It's now WOXO, who's here today doing this game right above me. I did a lot of games after it changed to WOXO, but started off WNWI FM, owned by Ray Knight. I think he eventually sold it to, I don't think there was anybody in between. Dick Gleason owned it for a long time, and he passed away last year or the year before last. But Dick gave me a lot of opportunity. I got to do games all over the place. Did games from here. Started off doing Oxford Hills as a full-time job. I had done some Skowhegan when I was working for a radio station part-time while I was in college. But here we did Oxford Hills, and one of the highlights while I was here was the Country Way basketball team took on the Celtics barnstorming team. Back then, between seasons, the Celtics sent teams around to play local teams, and those teams came up here and played 3 games right here in this gym. Sheldrick gets it for 3, and we start the game in a positive way for the Lakers. Nope, they only gave her 2. Still, that's a better way to start than the way they started the first half. And the pass is going to go out of bounds. And the Lakers are going to get it. So I got to do the Celtics there early on. Actually called some Celtics games. Satch Sanders was here, Don Nelson. Got to interview them. Don Nelson was the player coach at the time. Of course, he later on became the coach for the Celtics. Peter Gavitt was on the Countryway team. Countryway was a restaurant right there on 26. Everybody who's from this area remembers the Countryway. Don Guilford was on that team. Don Guilford was Paul True's coach at Freiburg. Shot off the glass on the right side. That might have been Sargent. It's kind of blocked out, but it looked like it was Bree Sargent. No, I gave that the wrong side. That was L. Hall that made that one. And the one I said was for Sargent was actually for Melanson. Alexander passes it off, and the Lakers are going to come up with this. Nope, the ball will belong to the Vikings on the possession arrow. Anyway, that's where it all started. I was in this gym last 48 years ago. I figured it out last night, I think. And in addition, the station wanted to do Lake Region. I got to go over and was living in Norway. But I got to go do Lake Region. That's the first time I saw Lake Region. And it's been a long, great ride with the Lakers. Shot by Dumont. No good. And Al Hall comes out with it. Puts her ball handling skills to work. It's in the front court. To Hancock. There's a 30-footer. Hit nothing. That was Mike Perry's going by the referee. He says that would have been a 4-pointer. Left side drive, no good, but the weak side rebound comes off to the Vikings. Back to Alexander, and she misses, and this time Sheldrick rebounds, and then it gets tied up low. L. Hall fighting for it. It's still loose. L. Hall ties it up with somebody else. Corbett came down, and it's going to end up as a foul. And I think it will have to be on Hall, won't it? No, it will not have to be on Hall. It's on Shelby Lynn Sheldrick. Her second, team's first. Inbound to Alexander. She cuts across the lane and jumps and puts it in. Sheldrick, guarded by Corbett, gives it up. Into Hancock. Rolls around the rim, comes out. Hancock fights for the rebound with Kellogg, and this time it belongs to the Lakers. Good hustle. Lakers have been going after all the loose balls. Their active hands reaching in. Inbounds pass out to Sheldrick. Shelby Lynn drives down the right side and picks it up, gives out to Hancock. Shauna tries to go diagonally, and it's stolen. Needed to get a little more height on that one if it was going to get there. Corbett with the right-hand shot. Nope. And the Lakers will get it back, so the turnover does not result in points for the opposition. Hancock. Shauna puts it on the floor. Off to Sheldrick on the right. That's a 3. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see. It's going to be a foul. Was a foul on Corbett for a second. Team's first. Into the lane, knocked away. I think Carson pushed it out. The Lakers try it again. All right, Hancock waits. In it comes. Oh, there's a play. She bounced it off the back of the defender who had her back turned to Shauna, grabbed it and tried to put it in with the same shot she made last night that resulted in the win against Kate, but this time it didn't go. And after that, the Vikings have the ball. 4 minutes to go in the third. All on the floor, and then kick back out to Dumont. Corbett. Back out to Dumont. She's going to go down low this time, then turns it back for a three-point attempt that hits nothing. That was Carson, and it goes out of bounds. Bounce pass to Hancock. This time she gets it into the corner for a three-point attempt by Shelby Lynn Sheldrick. It is no good. And the rebound's grabbed by Chloe Estes. Down on the left. There's a shot taken. Kellogg missed the shot. Rebounded by Dumont, who stays with it. Cassidy Dumont, the outstanding senior player for the Vikings, for Nate Pelletier. And that one, I think, seems to be on Hall. Let's find out. Yep. Only L's first. Corbett goes out. And I can't see the number of who came in. It is number 11, Katie Halley. All right, free throws. First one by Carson's no good. She'll get one more. And she missed them both, rebounded by L. Off to Hancock. Shauna thought about a long pass, and then the opportunity dissolved, and she held on to it wisely. Cut, Sheldrick, down the right. Can't get the shot away, is knocked away, and the Vikings have it on the steal. Kellogg controlled it. And now Hancock tries to knock one off. Nope, that's Bree Sargent in there now. She now stole the ball. Five to the right. To Dumont. Ball goes low to Kellogg, and L. Hall gets her hands on it. Ball stays at this end with the arrow. Comes in, way out on top to Halley. And a steal. And it's knocked away from her. That was a turnover on me. Ball came right to me and I couldn't handle it. Mayo to the left, and a shot. Nope, she's fouled though. Fouls on Chloe Estes. They have that as her second team. Mayo to the line. This is two. No good on the first one. Substitution for the Vikings. Sugars in. Kellogg goes out. Melissa's second free throw is good. All right, Lakers drop into his own defense. Shot on the left side is no good by Sugars, and it's rebounded by Hall. Sheldrick to Mayo. She has it knocked away. Can't hold the ball out in front of her like that with Dumont on her. Carly Dyer into the game for the Lakers, and the pass is stolen. Breakaway. Layup from the left-hand side by Carson for 2. Dyer. Back and forth dribble and off to Sheldrick. Lost control of it. It's knocked away. It's loose in the back court. It's going to be Oxford Hills' ball. Dumont quickly up on the right-hand side. She feeds it to Hallie, and Hallie has an easy 2. Well, the Lakers. 40 seconds to go. Mayo with the left-handed shot. I hesitate to say hook. It's kind of a hook. Driving to the hoop. No whistle. Players go down, but that basket will count by Hallie. Aggressive move to the hoop. Official felt that there was nothing worthy of a whistle. They let it go, and it counts. Dyer picks up the dribble. Sheldrick comes to help. Sheldrick to the right. Missed it. Rebound by Sugars. Out it comes to Dumont. Dumont all alone, 2. And the buzzer sounds, and that is the end of the third quarter. One that in the early moments showed a little promise for the Lakers, but in the end it was more of pretty much the way the game has gone. Okay. Vikings are ready to go. As you might expect, leading by 30 with 8 minutes remaining. Paul True wants a couple of final words with his players. I want to thank Ina Derenberger, the scorekeeper for Oxford Hills, for her help before the game, rosters and such. Her counterpart, Lake Region's Amy Mayo, John's wife, Melissa's mother, over there for the Lakers. Whistle. Could be on Hallie. It was. Let's see. Have that as her first. Let's see if you see an uptick in fouls called against Oxford Hills. Stone. Near side to Dyer for 3. Harley's shot is a little short, but saved in by Hall. But Corbett grabs it. And out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Vikings. They'll bring it up. Ball is loose. Picked up by Hallie. And it goes low to Sugars. Near side to Corbett. That's a 3, and it is no good. And in the rebounding action, Estes is hit. Let's see if she got hit while shooting or on the floor. It was on Hancock. And she was fouled while shooting. Free throw is good. One more for her. Missed that one. And the ball goes out of bounds, belongs to the Lakers, I think. No, it's going to belong to the Vikings. Corbett gives in. Underneath, nice drop step move by Sugars, but it wouldn't drop, wouldn't fall. Sheldrick on the right to Stone. She'll take a three from there. No good. Follows her own shot, but it's grabbed before she can get to it by Melanson. Allie. He's out on the top to Corbett for three, and she's got it. Corbett's a pretty good three-point shooter in her own right. Hancock. To Sheldrick. Shot on the right, it will not fall. Rebound off to Johnson. Katie Johnson in there now. Shauna down the left side. Throws it up, gets a foul. So Shauna goes to the line for two. That foul was on Sugars. Her third. Team's fourth. Second one, no good either. Last night, Shauna went to the line 10 times, made 8 of them. Proud of her 15 points. Outstanding offensive effort for Hancock. Way out front. 3-point shot. I believe that's Dumont. Recording her third three of the game. Making it 50-13, Vikings. Left side, Hancock drives and draws another foul. So back to the line for Shauna. This time the foul is on Dumont. Her second. Anna Hancock has been to the line now 6, well, this will be 6 after Casey Johnson gets her sneaker tied. These will be her 5th and 6th shots from the foul line. She got that one. And she's got one more. And she finally has found the range. She's now 2 for 3 for 6 from the line today. So far. Last court to Hallie. They cover her quickly. Out to Dumont. She looks low. Gives to Sugars. Jump stop is good. Back the other way. Hancock goes to the left again, puts the shot up again, it goes! I think that's going to count. Let's see. It does count. So Shauna will get the chance for the three-point play. And she gets that too. Foul was on Melanson. Lake Region climbs to 18. Drive down the left side and could be on Ava Smith. Nope, Shauna Hancock. She's doing it all. Her third. And I was looking down and I didn't see who made the basket. So we owe somebody a 2-point basket. On the Viking side. That's Sheldrick for 3. Too short. Rebounds grabbed by Kellogg. in a hurry the other way. Halley knocked away by Hancock. Substitutions, Hall back in. Smith goes to the bench. Here comes Melissa Mayo. She's going to replace Casey Johnson. Time winding down, 4:36 to go in the fourth quarter here. And again, I feel safe in saying that the game will be over in 4.5 minutes. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's Lake Region ball. I'm not quite clear on. I would think that the inside of that green border is out of bounds, but it doesn't always look that way. But I'm courtside, and I'm finding that I much prefer being up high to being courtside. That's how we used to do it when we came over to Lake Region. We had, where the scores table is now, there was a table set up for me and my color analyst at the time, Everett Summers. One of the best analysts I ever had. A good friend. And we sat right between those two sets of bleachers. The scorer was in the bleachers, in the front row of the bleachers. Had one of those tables. That foul was on Melanson. This is a bonus situation. Sheldrick there. She makes one of them. She gets the second. She can get the Lakers to 20, but does not. Hall scraps for it. Gets down and dirty for it, and the tied up ball means Oxford Hills has it. Dumont brings it up. They move it down on the left-hand side, and a load of Sugars. She tried to turn into the lane. It's stolen by, gee, who I wonder that could be. Oh yeah, L. Hall. And out of the game comes Sugars, getting a warm reception over on the bench by her coach, Nate Pelletier. She goes to the bench. And the Vikings get another 2. Sugars is a senior. Only one senior for Lake Region, Shauna Hancock. Everyone else will be back next year. And oh, how we hope next year will be different. Stone gets it to go around, and it comes back out, but L. Hall is there, and she's got 2. And another substitution. Ella Kellogg coming out of the game, a senior. Boy, it's just that the parents can't be here. That's awful. Oh, gives out front to Hancock. Shauna takes one. That's a close one for her. 25 feet or so. Rebound by Hall. Elle battles again for it. This time she's going to be rewarded by going to the foul line. I would think this is going to be a 2-shot foul. Foul was on Tristan Derenberger. Her mom's over there on the bench at the scorer's table, keeping the book for the Vikings. Elle makes her first one, and the Lakers have scored 22. Second one by Elle, also good. So she's been to the line 4 times, made 3 of them. Last night she made 2. 2 for 2. Drive down the right-hand side for a new player in the game, Jasmine Knowles. Jasmine with a Z. Jazmyne. Hancock to the right this time, puts up the shot that won't go. Out of bounds. Laker ball. Going out, Celia Melanson, she's a junior. In the game, number 2. That's Madison Gordon, I think. She played in the JV game. To Hall from Bree Sargent. And lost out of bounds. Let's see. Pretty much subs now for the Vikings. Ehrenberger on the left side to, let's see, number 10 is Ashley Richardson. Vikings try to get it in. Lake Region applying pressure. And it was touched last by Richardson. So the Lakers get it with 1:48 to go in the game, in the season. Sheldrick, 4-3. No good. Rebounded by Knowles to Richardson. Knowles turns, puts a shot up. Nice move. Missed the shot. Mayo and Stone in the area for the rebound, and there's a foul, I think. Foul's going to be on Gordon. Puts Mayo to the line. She shoots and hits. She'll get one more. Second one is also good. 1:24 remaining. Across the lane, and the running one-hander will not fall for Tristan Derenberger. Inbounds. On the right, there's a baseline drive. No good by Knowles. Out on top, and that was a 3 by Gordon. Shot by Stone, no good, we're under a minute. Travel on Vanessa Stone. So the Vikings get it. Melissa Mayo trying to sneak a steal in there, but didn't quite work. And a foul on the Lakers. Foul was on Stone. Only the 5th team foul against Lake Region. There's a positive. Lakers played excellent defense in the second half, only committing 5 team fouls. Outstanding. Mayo for 3. Yes! We ought to do a wave for that one. That's what we should do. Everybody should be doing a wave. Everybody up. Even if you can't get up, just put your hands in the air. Got to have at least one wave here in this game as we wind down. Ball goes low. Oxford Hills will not shoot again. Time will expire, and that brings to a close the 2021 basketball season. Sounds, I've been thinking about that, but until it just actually happened, it didn't have the impact that it does now that I've actually said it, and it's true. All right, we are going to total up the final statistics, and then we will come back and give you those and give our closing words. Okay, we'll take a quick look at the final scoring stats here in the final game of this 2021 COVID campaign. Over on the Viking side, the top scorer, as you might imagine, was Cassidy Dumont. She had 3 twos, 3 threes. She was the only one in double figures as they spread the scoring out pretty well. Molly Corbett had 3 threes. They got 6 points from Sierra Carson, 6 each from Brooklyn Alexander, and the unknown players that I missed. They went to the line. I didn't total it up, but they went to the line, let's see, 5, 6, 9, 11 times. They made 6 of those. And they totaled out at 61 points. On the Lake Region side, they only got scoring from 5 players. Brianna Sargent had 2. Shelby Lynn had 1. Let's see, Al Hall had 7 points. Shauna Hancock had 6. And the top scorer for the Lakers was Melissa Mayo. She ended up with 12 points. She had a basket, a 2-point basket, 2 threes, 4 for 7 from the line for a total of 12. Lakers went to the line 20 times. They made 12 of them and totaled out at 28. And that does wrap up the season. And in closing, I just want to say that this has been I think the most rewarding season of my sportscasting career. I hope that we've been able to help parents, friends, family, acquaintances share in some of this activity here that you weren't able to attend in person. I hope that we brought you some joy, and we hope against all hope that next year is going to be different. If it isn't, I hope that we'll be back doing this again. But I've been thrilled to do it, and again, the real credit goes to John Mayo. He's the one who comes in early. He's here after everything's all done. After I walk out, he's still here picking up stuff. He and his wife Amy help, and they're the ones that put in a whole bunch of work. And if they're going to keep the streaming going, they're going to need help. So talk to John, thank him for what he did, and offer to help. He'll teach you how to do it. We'll get some streaming going all over the place. So thanks to the Lake Region Lakers, thanks to Paul True, thanks to John Mayo, thanks to anybody else that I should thank that I'm not thinking of right now. And for the final time, for John Mayo, I'm Ken Worcester, and really, thank you for watching.